Everyone, today I want to talk to you about how you can outsource your financial management and most importantly how you can do it securely. So it's a Wednesday morning in this mini heat wave we've been having. It's been absolutely scorching the last few days. I feel like I'm in part of an ultra marathon event. I've been staying with some friends I've known for this part of most of my life, and it's been pretty boozy. It's been really hot, and I've been having to do this running vlog every day. So it's been tough going to say the least. So we're heading back later. So I look forward to having a break from the booze for a bit, which should be good. Anyway, I digress. So it's Wednesday morning, and we always talk about business systems and outsourcing on Wednesdays. Obviously, I have a pretty good wealth of experience in this expertise, having been the co-owner of systems and outsourcing for 3 years. And these are I'm kind of covering some of the main questions and issues that people get and what they can do to kind of solve them. So this is a biggie today. So many people struggle with this. In actual fact, it's pretty easy if you know how to do it correctly. Well, firstly, if you're an entrepreneur, one of the most annoying things is all the financial management. You want to see the reports, of course. You want to see how the business is performing. But doing weekly payment runs and managing all the financials on a day-to-day basis is both time-consuming and counterproductive, considering it can be done by somebody in your team. And the next issue people face is, I can't afford to bring anybody in from the UK to do that, it's too expensive. So it needs to be from the UK. It can be from somewhere like the Philippines, and you can bring a virtual assistant on kind of £2.50 to £4.50 an hour, part-time even, to do it. But the biggest fear is that people are constantly scared of the fact that the VA is going to take all their money. They don't want to give access to their banking information, and I get all that. So there is always going to be an element of risk, but you can do it securely and you can do it with very little risk, in my opinion. And there's a couple of options you've got here. The easiest option is to get like a prepaid credit card and get an account. Something like FairFX is one I've used in the past. They're pretty good. There's loads of them out there where you preload funds onto a card and give your VA their own card, their own account. They don't need an actual card because you can share it all through LastPass. So you can share all the credentials that way, and then they've got a preloaded credit card facility to make payments. And the issue you've got here is it's very difficult to pay staff via a credit card, and that's normally one of the weekly or bi-weekly payment runs that you may be running. If it's somewhere you're paying other virtual assistants, yes, it can be done very easily through software like TransferWise, and I'll go through this in more detail on a separate episode, but the point is you can get a prepaid credit card and expenditure can be paid, invoices can be paid. As long as people have got the ability to take card payments, then you can outsource your financials that way. And the key part here is you're going to have a float on it, and you'll just have a weekly reminder to top that card up, or a monthly reminder maybe, that the card has X limit on it. And that way the VA has only got the exposure to that amount of funding, and they can still make most of your payments for you. So that's option one, that's the easy route. The second route, which is, to be fair, it's just as easy, just needs a bit more understanding, is that you get a proper business bank, but not just the bog standard NAF ones like your Thai banks and things like this that you can pull up in an hour. You need one with user permissions, and the quickest one to set up that I've found is Metro Bank. Now it is a bit of a ball ache because you have to go into store, and as any business account setup's going to be. But if you get everything provided to them, they will set it up pretty quickly. They say within an hour. I can tell you now, definitely not within an hour, especially with COVID and everything now. You're probably looking at a couple of weeks minimum if you're lucky. But that's still quicker than a lot of the other bigger banks. But the key here is you're looking for a business banking setup that has user permissions, and not just you can give someone view-only access. You want different levels of permission. And what we do is we use Metro Bank. We follow the profit first methodology, which is income bucketing ultimately. We have 5 different accounts, one for operating expenses, one for income, one for owner's pay, one for tax, and one for profit. And a proportion of our income gets allocated to each of these buckets every 14 days. Now, the beauty of that is I have my VA, just one second, I'm checking I'm going right here. I have my VA, continue this route, it's fine. My VA then has access to just the operating expenses account, which is where we have enough money to cover the monthly overhead, fixed costs that is, but also a little bit of surplus for them to make some variable cost payments as well. So, and my exposure is limited. Now I know that yes, there is probably more exposure there than many would like, but this is because the person who's doing this for me now has worked with me for kind of 3 years. So I trust them. Now, I wouldn't give somebody brand new access to this. So it is an element of trust, but I would give someone new access to a prepaid credit card. So you can kind of ratchet how much of the financial outsourcing you do as you kind of go buy this. But hopefully you find that easy. It's pretty simple, and then they can then log into your internet banking, but they can't touch all of the other accounts. They can't touch any admin side of things. They're so limited in what they can do, other than make some payments. You can even cap. This way. You can even cap how much they get to spend on an account. So again, if you can put all sorts of different levels of security in place, which makes it far more manageable. So I'm just going past them there. Morning. It wasn't particularly very friendly. There you go. Yeah, you can see why it's bloody hot. Excuse my French. So yeah, so it's really easy to do. Just needs a little bit of setting up, and then you won't look back, and somebody else can manage this. I'll talk to you about the setup that I'm implementing into my business following the profit process setup, being led by Josh Keegan as it gets put into play. It's a year-long program. I hope to power through it a bit quicker than that, but I'm gradually implementing things, and I've got multiple people in my finance team now to give me the clarity and direction, and finally a position where I can be management by numbers, which is my mantra for running businesses. So I hope it's been useful. So to summarise, you've got 2 kind of main options here. You've got prepaid credit cards, similar to BetterFX or something like that. There's loads of them out there, where you can put a monthly float onto a card and give a VA their access, or give them their own card. Option 2, get a proper business banking setup, not one of the pop up in a day ones. You need to make sure you've got user permissions, and not just view only and full. You want levels in between, so that you can give people access to certain accounts. So I'm just going around here, and left onto Grove Road, I think it's this. Business banking, you need to make sure you've got multi-level access. You can give them access to one of your accounts where you can limit the exposure, and you can also cap them on how much they can transfer on a daily basis. So plenty of options there. And third, most important thing is, don't give more access than you're comfortable with to begin with. I give the access that I've given to my team after they've worked with me for a period of time. If I was starting out, I'd bring in a VA to do it. Right, sorry, I've gone off route. I've got to go through this little Warren's section here. Oh, blimey, I'm in. Got to go back. The joys of vlogging and running routes you're not familiar with. So I can't go back and join the path back here. But so to start with, just use the prepaid credit card access facility. It's much more easy to set up, and it's more secure, so you can limit your exposure a bit easier. But I would certainly start with that, and then gradually move across to the proper business banking infrastructure that the more robust companies would generally be using. So hope you found this useful. As always, any questions on this? The reason I'm doing this episode today is because I've had a couple of queries from people in social media. So Catherine Walkin, this is for you. So I hope you found this useful. And any comments, as always, drop them in. I'll always respond. If it's a bigger topic, I will do a vlog episode and tag you in, like I'm doing with Catherine today. And if you think this is value to somebody else, please tag them in or share it, give it extra reach, or just give it a like. And hopefully that will give it a little bit extra reach, which is always appreciative. And as always, if it's not for you, just unfollow and friend me, and I won't be cluttering up your social media feeds anymore. So I hope it's useful. As always, stay positive, stay happy, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.